Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Modern Rise Society. I'm Carla King, and tonight I want to talk about the news has kind of died down, and so y'all. First of all, let me say this is my opinion, right? This is commentary. This is the hype has died down. Everybody's kind of getting used to what's going on with Diddy. Let me say, I was glued to this trial. Um, I met Diddy many years ago. Many years ago. It was very brief. I had a friend that was a model out of New York. She was friends with his one of his baby's mothers. She modeled for Essence, and she was in town in Atlanta. We all hung out, and I got a chance to meet Diddy. He seemed very reserved, kind of laid back, kind of chill. That's what I remember. So first of all, again, this is all of my opinion. No confusion. This is all of my opinion. The situation with Cassie. Um, I will say this. Here's the thing. Uh, some people will say Cassie's a victim. Yes, it was horrible. But what I'm confused about is, I mean, we're all adults and we can make our own decisions. She was looking to get something out of him, okay? And he was looking for something to get out of her. The relationship was very transactional. As far as she was concerned, she was able to have that lifestyle, to be in the limelight, to be in music videos, to have a career, a singing career. And he, on the other hand, he had arm candy. He had somebody that he could completely control, dominate. She was young, she was beautiful. My opinion, I think there was some jealousy on his part because if you really look at it, I mean, was he that way? He was involved with a lot of women, but it was something extra with her. All of this stuff with Jane or Daphne, um, and all these other women, these are very narcissistic behaviors, right? Um, I think that Cassie became property uh, to Diddy. She was his property, basically, and he owned her. And she's looking at it like, oh, I love you. You're going to be my boss and manage my career and make me a star. And at the same time, he would go out and be with other women. And then she's like, okay, he's a cheater. But then she gets involved with every man that she comes in contact with. If it's a producer, she's going to sleep with him. It's a trainer, she's going to sleep with him. We're grown, we can make decisions. You can choose to walk away. I'm surprised her parents didn't, get her to walk away, but he was probably taking care of them too. So here we are. And now, yes, what he did to her was very horrible. That would say that he had some psychological issues, but at the same time, she gave him complete control over herself, over her lifestyle. I know what it's like to be with narcissists. I was a narc magnet. They come across, and here's the thing: they got this little boy, charming, fun, humorous personality that you get addicted to. But there's always some type of addiction. It could be an addiction to gambling, alcohol, sex, um, to soothe those inner demons that are inside of them. And then you kind of overlook it. But when it comes down to violence, where he's actually hurting you or attacking you and asking you to degrade yourself, and then you can't make the decision, well, you could have walked away. I loved him. That doesn't make any sense, right? Of course, it's not a RICO. He didn't get charged for RICO, right? Um, but let's stick with the facts. He was charged with the Mann Act. And I don't even think, and this is just my opinion, that he knew that what he was doing was illegal. So, I mean, what? He paid some prostitutes to come across state lines to do a service, something to satisfy himself. So when you're with a narcissist, I mean, I studied narcissism for 2 years because I'm trying to understand. There are really men out here that are like this, and it seems like it's more and more. There's women, females too, but it's like it's becoming an epidemic. It's these disorders. Is it being raised by a single mother, or is it being a child being made to being more than what he thinks he is? I saw this with a kid in first grade. Very smart kid. I had a chance to substitute teach at one time, and he was in a gifted program because he was in the first grade. He was reading on a third grade level, and they were on a class project. And there was a little girl that she reached out to do something, and he told her she couldn't do that because she wasn't gifted, and he was gifted. And that's when I saw it. I saw it in a child, that it starts at a very young age. Somebody, when he grows up, who knows what he's going to become because of the way he was raised. So, Cassie, all these women, they had a choice. They had a choice to be independent women, to go out and get jobs, go out and get an education, go out and do things for themselves and not have to depend on a man. But no, they go from one bed to the next and depend on men in the industry, not wanting to get a real job. And that's literally what Cassie did. Everybody that she came in contact with that was in the business, she allowed them to run through her. I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. I mean, she got involved with Ryan Leslie, okay? Then she goes from Leslie to Diddy, okay? And then there was Cuddy in there, and then there was, you know, uh the freak offs or whatever, these prostitutes. And then, now she's married to the trainer. And so the trainer, this is just my opinion, um, I'm sure he had something to do with that decision because I just cannot see her doing that on her own. Um, and she's looking at, like, I'm older, I've got two kids, the money's not flowing like it used to. I'm never going to be able to depend on this guy again. We need stability. And so she set herself up and she got all of that money. He paid it because he knew, because of his own psychological issues, what he took her through. So this relationship was very, very transactional. She gave him the control and the dominance that he wanted and the freedom that he wanted. And then he gave her the lifestyle. And that's what I see in a lot of narcissistic transactional relationships where, it can be about money, it could be about status. I can't be mad at Diddy because he did something with his life, but just overnight, it's a mess. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think that, honestly, I think that he's going to get some time, but I don't know what his life is going to be like. He's losing money left and right. Um, his defense team can only do so much. And I really believe that he thinks that he can pick up where he left off in the event he is out. I hope he gets the help that he needs. And I hope that Cassie can have a happy life and move on with her life and put all of this behind her. So that's all I have. And let me know your thoughts. How do you think this is going to play out? Definitely remember to click like, subscribe, and share. And I'll be with you for the next one. See you later.